Today in sports, we got some breaking news today in sports. Uh, Mark Sanchez is supposed to start for the Denver Broncos for their first preseason games. So that kind of means that, you know, if Mark Sanchez does well in preseason, he might be the starter for week one, which Mark Sanchez being the starting quarterback for the reigning champions, that would be outrageous. Just really outrageous. So we'll see what happens there. That would be really wild. Mark Sanchez is the starting quarterback for the Denver Broncos. And then we got some other stories going on with the San Diego Chargers and their first round pick. Um, they still don't have a contract. And it's not looking too good for him. Like, he needs to sign that contract. Like, Chargers are like signing people and get rid of people, and they cannot trade him now until 2017. So he can just sit there without a contract, or he's gonna sign. What is he gonna do? He's just really wasting time. Like, every other rookie has signed, and this was a first round pick, and he hasn't signed. And his dad was a bust. So I'll leave it there, Mark.
Tom, good evening. I'm glad you brought this topic up because this story is pretty funny to me. Basically, Joey Bosa's mom, and by the way, he's the third pick in the draft. He's a defensive end. He's a big guy with a big, fake nose. And he's from Ohio State. I'm a Badger fan. I'm not really a big fan of the Ohio State guys. They're pretty greedy about everything. And last night, his mom got on social media and said, "Oh, we should have pulled an Eli Manning." And I don't know what their beef is with California and San Diego, but it's beautiful. You could be out here just balling, no humidity, having a good old time, and help improving the team. And
Yeah,
he just decided
yeah.
not to. I don't know. They never did say. They never did say where. He never did say, or did his mom where else he might want to go or anything. But he might not play anywhere, and for now anyway. And
Yeah, and an interesting thing is his dad, supposedly, according to history, his dad was a bust in the NFL, was all hyped up, ended up being kind of a bust. So there's that. I mean, this guy, I don't know him, so I can't really say much, but, this is a chance to be playing in the NFL, and I feel like he's got to be careful. He's got to be careful. Sometimes the NFL will bite you back hard if you don't play right, and he's got to be careful. Does he just think he's got a guaranteed shot to be playing? That's kind of I bet he's going to play, but I mean, he does have to be careful.
No, you should read the research though. I wanted to know why. Like, I did really before the show started, I actually took a really good look and read like 4 different articles. I want to know what's going on, and basically, so San Diego won't give him a certain kind of a contract, but I don't understand that contract.
He just wants it to be the most beneficiary to him, where he can like double dip. If he doesn't perform well with the Chargers, and then he goes to like a different team, he wants to be able to benefit. He wants to be looking out for himself as much as possible. He doesn't really want to have like a prove it contract, it kind of sounds like, which is also, why not just have a prove it contract, like, are you good, are you not, like, you should be able to have believing in yourself, but he wants to get the most out of the contract as he can right away. He doesn't want to have to prove anything really, and that's why they had a contract stalemate. He's just being picky, it's crazy, it's crazy. It's like,
I wish I had internet right now.
That's
the name of the contract and the details because I find that fascinating. And
he wants all of his signing bonus right away. He wants all of his signing bonus right away, and then if he were to get cut by the Chargers, he wants to be able to double dip with his money. He wants to be able to have more freedom with his money, and the Chargers aren't wanting to have that in the contract, and that's where they're butting heads, and he just wants more money right away, and he wants to be he wants to have more freedom in his contract, and the Chargers aren't giving him that kind of contract right now.
Oh man.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't blame the Chargers. They said they don't do that for rookies, and I don't really blame them. And I'm sick of this inflation in the NFL. Like more money, more money, more money.
It loses the game a little bit, you know? It's like you should be so happy to be playing in the NFL, you know? Like you should just be playing your heart out and, you know, yeah, when you're getting all this money, you know, there's definitely some players in the NFL that deserve a lot more, and they're not even getting that because they know that they have to be on a decent, valuable salary in order to have a good team. But then if you have, yeah, I've kind of learned throughout this off season with the Von Miller thing too, like sometimes putting so much money into one person might sink you. It might sink you. You know, you got to. That's the thing that the Packers are pretty good. The Packers are similar to the Chargers. They don't like to give their rookies like outrageous contracts right away, and because the Packers like to build on players, they like their players to prove it, and then when they prove it, then the Packers will give them the contract. You know.
Yeah, unlike the Bucks and the Milwaukee Bucks, who pay players ridiculous amounts of money to sit on the bench, and same with the Milwaukee Brewers.
Yeah.
It's unreal how much money they gave Eric Gagne to do nothing. And man, but yeah, the Packers. One thing that's a class act.
Javon Walker. Javon Walker didn't like how the Packers operated, and he left, went to Denver, and then he was a bust. You know, just
you never see the. One the cool thing about the Packers is you never see them paying for players sitting on the bench riding the pines.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool. We're never eating big ass stupid contracts because we're smart. And,
yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's really a true point. We're not like we don't have a big contract guy. If we have a big contract guy, he is on that field and he is fighting for the Packers. I mean, that's yeah.
we got two contract guys right now. We got Rodgers and Matthews, but
yeah, and those guys deserve it, you know, and Sam Shields has got a new contract, and Sam Shields worked very hard to get where he was. He was in the Woodson era, and he was like with Woodson being his superior, and now Sam Shields is like the Packers' #1 cornerback, and he just signed a good $1 million contract.